Today we're going to be covering how to put some of those skills we learned previously as far as face manipulation, vertex manipulation, and edge manipulation into practice. We have a sculpt here that I did, but you can pull any STL file out and use it for this purpose. I'm going to go ahead and add mesh plane, and this is going to be a separate object than our dragon here. You see when I click on it, it says plane. We're going to move that over to one side and go ahead and put a mirror modifier on it. So I was going to edit out my mistake there, but thought it a good time to go over origin points with you. If I add a modifier here, mirror, and mirror around the x-axis, you'll notice that it mirrors around that object's origin point, the orange dot you see. One way of changing that or fixing that is to move the origin point to 0, 0, 0, which is where we really want it. We'll first move our 3D cursor to 0, 0, 0 in our options menu over here. And then we'll go to object mode, which we are already at, and type in set origin to 3D cursor. Now you'll see that the plane is mirrored across the y-axis instead of its origin point where it previously was, because now our origin point is actually on the y-axis. Once you've gotten this far, go ahead and switch back to edit mode, where we can manipulate the vertices. We'll right click, hit grab, and bring it over to our dragon. One thing we'll notice is that the vertices is crossing the y-axis, which we don't want that. So we're going to come over here to our Add Modifiers menu and select Clipping. That way, whenever the vertex gets to the 0, 0 mark, it will stop and go no further. One thing to note is once it is clipped to that 0, 0 mark, grabbing it and pulling it will not pull it off of the y-axis. Notice how the vertex did not snap to our dragon. There's still a good space in between the mesh and our vertex here. The way to fix this is to come down to the magnet icon, click it. Now when we grab our vertex, it will automatically snap to the dragon mesh. The first place we want to start modeling is the face and work our way down. I'm going to go ahead and start on the upper lip. There's a couple ways to do it. I just like moving the mesh over and starting out with a face instead of just going straight from a vertex. But either way you do it is fine. I'm gonna come in here. As you can see, it's adhered to the face. Go ahead and click these two vertices, extend them over. As you can see, this vertex that I grabbed onto last, it automatically clicked to the mesh. This one I'll grab and it'll just lay it down as well. Just continue this around the face. Completed the first ring around the mouth. I'm going to go ahead and go into object mode and hide the dragon just so you can see what this does here. You're going to want to make sure that the majority of your polygons are evenly spaced. So you don't want your vertexes to be all scrunched together, just in case you want to put texture or anything on that. It's gonna move better when you put the bones in. Just try and keep everything evenly spaced. Try and keep 4-sided polygons. If you're gonna have to switch that up, go with 3 instead of 5. It keeps a lot more definition in there. I'm gonna go ahead and extend this vertex up. Click it again, extend, over, down. Make yourself a little square. I'm gonna hit Control Tab and select my edge mode and grab this little edge that I don't need anymore. X for it. Hit X and then edges to delete that edge. Now I'm gonna Control Tab and turn on my vertex. In order to put a face in between these 4 vertex, I'm going to select them with my right click, hold Shift, select all 4, and hit the F button. This will add a face. I'm going to go ahead and make a ring around the eye just like I did the mouth, and I will get with you in the next lesson.